Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily here at MLSsoccer.com. Greg Lalas and Andrew Wiebe, and in our continuing efforts to deal with the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, we've actually come outside after a couple of days where we've been stuck inside. Our offices are actually still out of power in Midtown Manhattan. Lo and behold, there is Midtown Manhattan, but we thought we'd come out here for a little bit of a change of scenery. Now there's a change of scenery in MLS as well, Andrew, because look, playoffs have started. Chicago couldn't get it done at home against Houston.
Yeah, Houston simply looked like the team that wanted it more. They looked like the team that came out with the mindset that this was a 90 minutes winner-take-all, and Chicago did not wake up until about the 80th minute. At that point, it was too late. Will Bruin, 2 goals, the dancing bear. He didn't bring it out last night, maybe later on in the playoffs, but you don't bet against Dom Kinnear in the playoffs, and they proved it last night.
Well, a well-deserved win, I think, from the Houston Dynamo, the way they played. Very good on them. Now we move, and we're going to look forward, Andrew. Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC Sports Network, the LA Galaxy hosting the Vancouver Whitecaps. We'll have a live chat here on MLSsoccer.com. Andrew, this is a game that everyone's saying David and Goliath. Obviously, Goliath are the LA Galaxy. David coming down from the north, from Canada, the first team from Canada to make the MLS Playoffs. How's this one going to shake out?
Of course, David has struck before, but I think you got to give Goliath the odds in this one. LA Galaxy, for me, just too strong right now for a Vancouver Whitecaps team that's not on form, has not been scoring goals, and is going to be playing in the Lions' den, so to speak. So I think you give LA the advantage in this one. Landon Donovan and David Beckham seem to be healthy, seem like they're ready to go for this one, but the key is Robbie Keane. He's what really makes them go from a goal-scoring perspective. I expect him to get on the board.
I agree. I don't think there's really a solution on the Vancouver side for all of the firepower that the Galaxy have. Jay DeMerit has to have a massive game for the Whitecaps if they're really going to have any success in this one. The question for the Whitecaps, as you mentioned, who's going to score the goals? Again, that game is at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's on the NBC Sports Network. Up in Canada, it's on TSN. We'll have a live chat on MLSsoccer.com. The big news that came out of Wednesday in the Eastern Conference, other than the playoff game between Chicago and Houston, the fact that the New York DC game, because of Hurricane Sandy, will move on Saturday night down to RFK Stadium in DC. Basically, the two teams will flip their home dates. So Saturday night in DC, next Wednesday, November 7th, back in New York at Red Bull Arena. There's no power at Red Bull Arena. This is something that basically had to be done. There had to be a move of some sort. Andrew, I want to get from your perspective, does this shift the advantage to one team, to New York, really, since they get the home field in the second game?
Well, I'm not so sure about that. Certainly there's an advantage should that second leg go to extra time. But apart from that, I think DC United has to be happy, one, to get the game on a weekend night where their fans can really come and make that a blackout and pack RFK Stadium. But you have a chance to get an advantage. You have a chance to put New York on their heels at a time when, let's face it, they're not just thinking about soccer. So many things going on. Obviously, New Jersey, a big spot for those guys to live, and the stadium's still without power. So I think you made the choice that had to be made. I don't think it's going to have as much of an effect on the series as many people are saying.
Well, interestingly, a couple of days ago, we had an article on MLSsoccer.com where we talked to the 10 managers in the playoffs to see would they rather host the first or second leg. Get this. Hans Backe from the New York Red Bulls said he would prefer to host the second leg. He will do that now. On the other side, Ben Olsen from DC United said he really doesn't care. It doesn't make a difference to him. So we'll find out if it does make a difference. That game is at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday night. DC hosting the New York Red Bulls in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Make sure you check out a live chat on MLSsoccer.com. It's on NBC Sports Network. Enjoy all of the games that are happening in the playoffs in MLS. We'll have all the news here on MLSsoccer.com.